Alright guys, so in this particular chapter, we're going to learn about the settlement of the 13 English colonies in what would be the future United States. So settlers had different reasons for coming to America, and that's between like the 1600s and the 1700s. Now, two important reasons why they came were freedom of religion and a chance to start a new life. So when you think about those two reasons, I want you to remember that those two reasons aren't really the real reasons why people came. It's what we're told to believe, that, hey, freedom of religion is why they showed up and, yay. No. They were tired of being persecuted for their religious beliefs, and so they decided to go from England, and then they came to America. And when they got to America, they said, all right, now we're the dominating religion. So we're going to try to convert as many people to our religion, and if you don't convert, then it's bad news for you, because our religion is the right religion. So they also didn't have this real balanced view of equality. You would have thought, we're coming for religious freedom, so everybody gets to believe what they want to believe. This is going to be great. We're going to hold hands. It'll be equality, and things will just be wonderful. Well, no. So what they wanted was to move to an area where, again, their religion was going to be the dominant religion, and it would be what everybody else followed. So, second, even though the colonists, they really believed in freedom for themselves, and again, for themselves, not for the native population. Because they're going to, again, Columbian exchange, bring disease with them, and wipe out a large portion of the population of Native Americans that were already here. And they're also bringing enslaved Africans, because they need somebody to work the land. And so slavery is going to be something that's going to really start in the Americas with Christopher Columbus, and then move on even into the Civil War. And it's not until the Civil War that we finally see an end to slavery. Now, the colonies are all going to be along the eastern coastline of America, because if you think about it, they're sailing from England to America, and therefore the first side of the country that they hit is the eastern coastline. So that's where they set up all of the colonies. Well, each colonial region, it had distinctive geography to it, and there were particular natural resources that were already there. So as a result, different ways of life are going to be developed in each region, and colonies are going to vary in their form of government, but all were democratic, essentially, to some degree. Now, the New England colonies, religion and geography are going to be key influences within those regions. Now, although Puritans were sometimes disagreed, they hoped to establish these model communities that were based on their religious faith. So New England's forests and the coastline, it made lumbering easy, shipbuilding, well, none of them were easy, but these became major industries for them. Lumbering, shipbuilding, trade, these are all going to be extremely important in the New England colonies. Now, the middle colonies, again, are going to be distinguished by their geography, cultural, and religious diversity. So Catholics, Quakers, Anglicans, members of other Protestant faiths, they were all welcomed in this particular region. Now, the southern colonies are an interesting group of colonies, because Georgia, you have essentially being established by prisoners because if you went to Georgia, your criminal record was erased. So, woohoo, go to Georgia. Now, the climate, again, is going to be very different from middle and the northern colonies, because we know in the south it is hot. So, geography and climate are going to encourage planting of crops, and this is going to be how the South makes their money. So that's why they're called cash crops. So we see the development of large plantations in this particular area, and in time, slave labor is going to be a major part of the South's economy. So some things to really dive into as you look at the 13 original colonies. I'll be posting the essential question after the video, so make sure to check that out. And I expect you to come to class tomorrow with some notes about the conversation that I just presented, as well as any information that you have on the research that you've done, so that you can help to develop your understanding, see what you know, what you don't know, what areas you might need to dig a little deeper, as well as how can I use this information to develop a really cool project. So I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. Have a good one.